2nd of February. I am Jums. Joining me alongside will be Headhunter tonight, filling for the big Hasso Bulla. Before I throw it to you, I want to ask you one dire question. Who gets the job done tonight?
To be honest, it's equal on either sides. I want to say Nameless King, but I mean, that's just my prediction, right? Funny enough, probably shouldn't be showing my face here after my performance a little bit earlier, but regardless, there's going to be two teacher on the nurse, making his way all the way down to the top side here. Going to spot out Patch, who's just going to be running all the way down to this 12 side, this 12 pocket rather. He's going to be eating a tag and probably just opting to die all the way edge map here, try to get everybody else on the other side of the map, working those generators. He is trying to do a little bit of jiggy here, does so successfully, uses a trees to has it his advantage. Just should have sent it there, but unfortunately running back into the killer. Still, nonetheless, a pretty good death location, you know, as you do per nurse set. It's not advised that you go for these absolutely incredible chases, even though they happen sometimes. But as we do take the pick up on to Patch there from 2Teacher, we do see in the background that there are two generators being split. So all in all, not the worst thing in the world. First hook, about 25% of both of those. We are going to be taking ground back over to here around the main building on the side of 2Teacher as we do fatigue the two blinks there, traversing all the way down to the 3 side of the map. We see some scratch marks leading all the way into this pallet gym where we're going to have to play a little bit safer as we are about to be found and know. We've opted to go all the way down to 2 for some reason, but 2Teacher, maybe you knew something that I didn't regardless. We are going to go back to the hook here and try to spot out that unhook there, Jums.
Picked it perfectly from you. Yeah, I mean, good unhook onto Patch there. Patch is going to have to go for a bit of a juicer here. We do have two blokes on the bottom side of the map being, two gens I should say, two blokes on those motors, working them vigorously. And yeah, I think Patch's main objective is to try and get out of dodge, out of the top side of the map. Kind of needs to make bottom side at some point. Doesn't have the DS to work with. So, truth be told, this could just start us off on a 4K2 low key. And I only say that because we've popped the double gen, which is good. But there's not really much going on around us. We have kind of a guy really close to this stealth, which if 2Teacher can sniff him out, it might just be an insta trade off the hook, or it might force a rotation from someone else. Lara needs to be on her A game here, and from what I can see, she's done a good job, as well as Daishao, who, I mean, Daishao, you're my hero, baby. I do love some Daishao gameplay. Has performed every week. I think he's like the best player, him and Mio. I don't know where Mio is. Mio might be the Lara Loki. Got the Chinese name, or the Chinese characters, I should say. But yeah, it's gonna burn for me to say this. No Usher, but I think this might just be a 4K1 below if this kill does come in at a relatively good rate, which this trade's coming through. He knows, I think 2Teacher knows in the back of his mind right now, but there's got time, there's no progress. He's trying to swing there just to deny the trade. I actually do like that from him. But, Bulla, this is going to be a kill, right? At 3, essentially. You might get a bit of progress on a couple other gens, but his gens are not even bad. You've got 12, mid 12. We'll call that top mid. We'll call that top mid to be fair. Main. Mid 4, we'll say, bottom mid on the 4 side. Oh, sorry, that's the 7 side, I apologize. On the 7 side, this one right here. It's not the worst gens for Nurse. Now, the thing is, right, letting him die is also a good option as well, because I don't hate it. You only really pull him there if you can get a clean FTP, I think, or if he's got Dead Hard or some egregious perk that can make him live. I think throwing and trading is a bit of a throw. That's how you get 4K2, maybe even 4K3, depending on how quick the chase is. Regardless. Ruin's gone, Solly. You do have Wretched. I think Wretched's pretty... It's good in this instance because he's got Daishao basically doing fuck all. Daishao has to look for this totem. Like, there's no other question about it. He needs to look for it or else he's just useless right now. We do see Han Lee, brother in arms. Of course, I love myself some Han Lee as well. Getting on that totem, 2Teacher. Nice blinks there. I think 2Teacher, one of the better nurses I've seen play. That could just be a bold statement, a very rogue comment from me. But he's doing well right now. I think he's doing good. Sees a bloke on the far as well, just doing a gen so aggressively. That's Daishao. So handsome Daishao at the SB. But yeah, no, Corey, this is setting up to be... I hate to be that guy, Bulla, but this may just rock around the 4K1 range. Now, I will... Sorry, before I throw it off to you, Bulla, I'm sort of chopping and starting. But this needs to be a good chase, and... Ooh, we sort of just lost that distance. Ooh.
Yeah, but we did make that one though. We did able to evade the second hit there, and as Daishao runs all the way down into the 9 side, doesn't really have a lot to go on to. He's trying to break his line of sight, but we can hear him. He is still close by. He's going to be trying to go in and bob and weave around this wall here on the edge map, and does actually manage to evade it once more. And as you were saying, it was looking dicey. It all of a sudden has flipped on its head once more. That is the chase rather that I'm talking about, but we are going to be not committing this on the side of 2Teacher, and I do like this decision considering we do still have a tag there, and we don't have to, you know, sit there and just keep missing our blinks for whatever reason. But that is going to allow the survivors to go for a reset all the way over at the 6 side. It is going to stop the progression momentarily, especially with Hanley just kind of sitting here over it too. Isn't able to work the generators, would rather just not be found, not be tagged, and not be downed at all. So, you know, the game is at the moment kind of at a standstill. It's not really going to be able to progress on either side. You know, it's going to actually regress, if anything, and it kind of has to on the side of 2Teacher because, you know, you don't want everything to just, you know, just escape your grasp, really. But he is going to traverse all the way down into the top side here, where we do have access to these 2 generators over in the circus. Now, really trying to bait out Han Li there, and does so very nicely. We do see Han Li trying to make his rotation to 12 and does momentarily get caught. But he does have this pallet here, not being able to do much with it considering this is a nurse. And it'd be very unlikely that you'd stun her min-blink rather, but we are going to be taking that first tag, that second tag coming in. That was amazing from 2Teacher. Quick 2-tap there onto Hanley, exactly what you need. But Daisho in the background will be popping his next generator for 3 generators currently popped at this current time. So yeah, kind of heading between that 4K1, 4K2, even if we can manage to hold all these topside generators, Jams. We are going to be still trying to cut off the rotations here, as we do presume that one would have went one side, one would have went the other, maybe thinking about a double there, but 2Teacher not able to get into chase with anybody just yet. He's going to go back to this hook and protect it to the best of his abilities. Is in the middle of all of his generators too. You know, this hook is nice and central, so he can apply pressure to the hook and the gen simultaneously. The survivor's really on the back foot here, unable to progress the game, but what is progressing, Jams, is the hook. And Han Li is getting ever so closely to second stage. Now, I know they'll want to get this pull, but I don't think they'll get it for free. It will result in a tag of some sort. But they will have to slowly make up their way from both flanks. So whoever is here over at 9 really should be playing for the pull, and the survivor all the way over at 3 should be playing for the generator over at 1. 2Teacher does know this, and as he does look over at 1, is still protecting his second stage here over at the 12 or 11 side rather. Or over in the shallow pocket of the map. So once this second stage happens, he'll know just automatically to blink all the way down to 1 and try to catch out whoever's been working that generator there.
Yeah, I mean, 4K0 is what you're going to be going for here. If you get a 4K1 is actually what you're going to be going for. It's probably what's optimal, but 4K0 being a prime time result, that was a pretty quick pull. I'm assuming, yeah, this is going to be a chase straight onto Claudette. Now, if Han Li has some sort of build that can protect him. I don't know if he's the DS. I actually wasn't made aware, but he's not the DS. He does have dead hard. He's just choosing to go corner 7 here. Might do a little dead hard bait here, which is kind of cheeky. Oh, Han Li, baby. Han Li, baby. Han Li, baby boy. You make me proud. I love you, son. That was beautiful. Now, that's textbook, ladies and gentlemen. That is why a 4K1 from this game might just get them the win. Now, if in the next set we see a 4K1, because if you get I think it's a bit too much to ask for a 4K0. Yeah. What? Hey, Duncer.
What's up?
That gen is on buff. Oh no, the gen popped. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm smoking the good ganja. I got that Matchbox 20 in my ear, bulla. My bad. But nah, this gen's good as well. No ruin, bulla. This is good. This may be doable. Maybe.
I mean, you know, still has access to Pop Goes the Weasel. Or I don't think Wretched Fate is in the trial no longer, so it's not really going to be affecting Daishao. But we do manage to catch out who, I'm not too sure who this was. You said it was Mio, so we're going with Mio. He's going to be running all the way down from 1 to the top side of the map. We do have access to life in the back pocket here, and as we do use that quick and quiet coming into effect, and we've all of a sudden lost line of sight and everything. So 2Teacher, happy to take that tag and go all the way back to his 3 generator. Whatever the hell he has left over, it is 9 main and I think like shallow 12 or something. So, you know, fairly progressed, has about 30% to 40% if you do hear in the background. And as we do take one more blink over towards the corner of the map, lol jokes, we are going to go for a little bit of debate here. We're trying to try and catch off our young survivor injured Neo, who would have been playing for that main generator there, but, you know, it's definitely on their feet, on their toes to be able to recognize that it's not safe to do so. Doesn't even matter. We rotated all the way to the edge map here of 3, and we are just going to be tapped down. This is pretty much chopped to the 4K1, especially after this slug. So Daishao has some big boots to fill here as he does rotate all the way over at 5. Is just trying to momentarily stealth this out, try to evade the killer's line of sight, evade the killer's vision, and we are ever so close. We anticipate that they are in the deep portion of the map, but we're not quite finding them out just yet. As we do take our initial blink all the way down into 9, we realize that there is nobody here, but there is grounds to kick this generator and go back to our slug, which is what I assume will happen as we do take that now. It needs to happen now because more than likely Daishao's already rotated and getting that pickup onto Mio. 2Teacher just really trying to be a little bit more territorial, doesn't care too much if he does get picked up. This is grounds for a reset, and if they do get a reset for free, could be problem for 2Teacher, considering that, you know, he does have, he's forced to, you know, get quick 2 taps, and sometimes, you know, on these nurse sets, they can be a little bit funky rather. But Daisho, still playing extremely passive at the moment, has not picked up Mio. Are we going for a little bit of a trauma tech here? I don't know what's happening. We do manage to catch our Daisho over here at the main building. I think we just kind of low-key heard him breathing. That is mighty unfortunate. No unbreakable on our other slug survivor. So this is going to be 1 tag, and then I dare say, like, in the next couple of seconds, it's going to be a quick 2 tap, unfortunately. Yeah, there it is, the 4K1 solidified. So 2Teacher, probably very happy with this result, especially KaitOkids. I know they like to pick the nurse, considering that they did take away the set from Chinese Dragons, I think, not last week, but maybe the week before, somewhere around there. I can't remember these days. Again, old age brain just doesn't serve me well, in all honesty. But honestly, a very good performance put up by KaitOkids, and unlucky to Nameless King to not be able to pull this back after the tunnel out there, James.
You're exactly right, Big Muscles. This, it's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? I mean, unfortunate if you're Nameless King, but really good if you're KaitOkids. This is that 4K1, the infamous. This is actually Soloist Bullet. I apologize, it's not Mio. This is, I think I think it was you, Bullet, that I heard mention Nameless King's probably, maybe the 3rd best team in all Soul. I think you put them pretty high. Proven that maybe they can have weaknesses. We saw Kaido beat Sea Dragons on the Nurse a week or 2 ago. And now they've taken us
2Teacher, but it is going to be their survivors up this time around. It's going to be Quinn, White, Steinaros, and 2Teacher. Yes, the killer who played last game. So potential up, and he has the potential to 4K. And I always say this every single time I see this guy around. And P100 Nurse, my God, all right. So when you say last match jumps, last trial, that, you know, obviously KaitOkids looking pretty strong, but again, don't count Nameless King out, considering that killer is definitely capable of putting on an absolute performance, as we've seen time and time again. Now, as I say that, we are going to be seeing 2Teacher just do some nice stealthing work outside, like just in the inside of main, now on the outside, rotated all the way down to Circus and Potential. Still struggling to find this first chase, but as you do, it should happen momentarily, pretty soon, especially with, you know, line of sight on whoever it is over there at corner 11. So as we take 1 blink to get a little bit closer to them, we have noticed that they've gone a little bit out of our vision here. They have just kind of stopped halfway at the rocket. It's going to be White eating a tag there. Now forced all the way down into the deep pocket of 12, and this is exactly the same scenario that you saw last game. And hang on a second, wait, what's going on here? We've fatigued, you know, and we've evaded the stun, so some nice work, fortunate work there from Potential. Oh my God, hang on a second, I'm losing my words, fumbling my words a little bit, because how the hell have we managed to not only throw the pallet and evade everything entirely, but almost just do a little bit of jiggy around the killer and a half 360, and all of a sudden, yeah, we've dodged one of their attacks, and yeah, running straight back into them on the side of White. Now, this chase was something, to be honest, but it worked in the end. I mean, look at that double in the background. Oh, actually, I don't even think that's a double. I think that's 2 splits. So, you know, more progression than you saw last game as well for the 12 down. And we do see Quinn and 2Teacher working separate gens. One over the way at 4, one over the way over at 6. And, you know, Steinaros prepped up for that save. Now, is not the Delhi player. Interesting, considering, you know, they got medkit in hand. So it's a little bit of a bait there. Cheeky on the side of KaitOkids. Nevertheless, potential roaming all the way down to 4 here 5 rather is going to spot out this generator being worked, and it's going to be Quinn in chase as well. Sprint burst in hand's going to allow him to go all the way down into that 4 window. As we do utilize it, or just opt to not utilize it at all, we are going to be eating a tag there. That rock is just a mighty inconvenience to be attaching to the edge map there, and you know, it's just kind of forced him into an awkward position where he's kind of had to divert his pathing a little bit and try to accommodate for the distance loss, and he weren't able to do so. That's 2Teacher getting another down there for the cost of 1 generator popping. So Totem in the background gone. That is ruined for our Sennheiser enthusiasts. If you did pay attention to the sound cue, Stay Naros in the background is sitting all the way over at Shack there, white ready and prepped for the pull. And we do see 2Teacher just working this generator with life in hand just over where momentarily Quinn was doing his generator. So as we do take 1 traversal blink all the way over there, we are going to be fatiguing just to cover the ground a little bit and really try to push off whoever was working this generator, which we know was 2Teacher. He has just pre-left it very nicely and has made enough distance, bought himself enough distance all the way down to the shack. So we don't want any of that on the side of potential. We are going straight back to the hook if you don't mind. So 2Teacher back on that generator. Honestly, pretty even game so far. I would say it leans a little bit more into the survivor's hands though, Jam. So maybe you were correct in your consensus last match.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to gauge where we're at in this game, really. Like, we do have some good prog. This chase onto Quinia has taken it to an advantageous spot of the map. I do believe, you know, we're just resetting now with an FTP. That's a really heads-up play. We're trying to just go to the gen. I do believe this is 2Teacher's gen. And it's going to just pop Bullet. That's a great pop as well. That's another fresh hook. I don't know, Bullet. There's no tunnel. We've got, what is it, a 4K0 WinCon Big Muscles? Like, I don't think Tom, Dick, and Harry could, you know, predict that if Carter would play well. I think Bullet, that's just got to be out. Snow. Let's see the spread when he turns around on Hooky. You've got 6. You've got, like, 1. You do have 4 there. I do believe you had 12 as well. So, look. Gens are fucking good, bro. You kind of just split 1 and 6 for now. Then you just kind of leave 12 and maybe 4 for the end game, bro. Or you can do it the other way around. It doesn't really matter. The point is, you just can't get caught in the position to get 2 tapped here. It's gonna leave the team in a spot of just detrimentalness. I think one thing I will say to Headhunter, this is gonna be a 2nd week in a row. Cardo of Well, I don't know if it's second week, but this is going to be the 2nd time Cardo have won nurse against a really, really good team. A top 5 team in the comp, I would say, based off statistics, right? That means something, no?
What for KaitOkids, sorry, rather. I do apologize. I wasn't all there at the moment. What was the last comment that you asked me?
Them having such a nice set, I guess. I want to say nice is the word. I can't think of a word, but just such a lenient set for them. Yeah, I mean, dominant is perfect as well. Lenient on survivor, dominant on killer. That's the perfect words I would use for this set for them, bro. Like Nameless Kings and Sea Dragons, bro. That's 2 teams you wouldn't expect to get 4K on the nurse. On Father Campbell's. Also, one thing before I do throw it off to you again, Bullet. A wise man once told me that it takes skill to get a 4K on the nurse on Father Campbell's Chapel. I will say that.
Yeah, no, that person is a very wise person indeed. It's a huge map and a lot of line of sight breakage and just, you know, deep pockets where they're just so far away from all the gen spread. Like in the RNG, when you take into all those factors, yeah, 100%. So even high stages to that regard is, you know, back in the day when you did see this killer on this map, it was more so amongst the 3 to 4 stages, if you do remember OCL, for those who have been with us for a while. Even going further than that, DBO at some stage in its lifespan, and I do believe that was around 3 to 4 years ago, actually more towards 4 or 5 years ago. So we are going to be taking another kick here on this generator, heading over at 2, and then just kind of trying to protect this hook on the side of potential. Now, that is another generator in the background procced as well. The FTP coming in from Stay Naros is going to deny the tunnel out onto 2Teacher. He's kind of forced to all the way down into 4-5 here. Now, potential trying to get a vantage point, maybe a quick tag if he can, but unfortunately, we've doubled backed on the side of 2Teacher all the way down into quarter 5 to the shack. Slapping the pallet in his face is diabolical, and it's now going to allow Two Teacher to make all the way down to 5. And you know what? Why not just vault back in and then die corner shack? Like, that's just as good, right? And he still hasn't even gotten a tag, so he won't be dying here. Now he's going to run all the way down into 5 momentarily after 1 tag. Is it going to be a second and a down here? No. Quinn in the background working that generator at 50%. Two Teacher only has one more health stake to spare. And unfortunately, just kind of using the corner here, but we've done a little bit of a tree tech, and that's plus 10 wood. And in the background, in 3, 2, 1, Quinn will be popping that gen, and it'll be end game. That is absolutely crazy. And all of a sudden, you really have to take your hats off to Two Teacher here, putting on the gas. Yes, you don't mind. He's going to be greeting that pallet here over at 6, making distance all the way down into main. Now, here's the thing. He might even get out from this. Whoopty-whoopty through the little loop there over at 5. Has access to main now. No window, no nothing. So he's just going to be going straight through the door. No info for our killer to see where he could have gone. But now we do have this pallet here, and unfortunately not quite being able to drop and get the stun there. But we do have somebody ready for the pallet save, and I think we've caught them out there on the side of potential. Yeah, he's getting that pallet slapped in his face. This is the UB player as well, so they're recovering as quickly as they can. Maybe some diversion is going to allow for them to be up and out of the gate, but potential going to try to secure this. In all honesty, doesn't want them getting picked up in any regard. So we do see our near just kind of caught stealthing around for that pickup. Is going to be eating tag, stay now, and in the background, if you're paying attention to the avatars, that will be Two Teacher up out of the gate. All in all, what is it? 4 stages? 4 stages, 3 fresh. Just unfortunate, as I was saying. Like,
we do have a beautiful mastermind set coming up between Nameless Kings and the KaitOkids. I was gonna say Nameless Kids. That would have been terrible. We do spawn it on the bottom side here. Excuse me. That's gonna be Deja on the mid 6, 7, and on the 9 core, if I'm not mistaken. So they'll be looking to get that out the way. We do see a Gen 5 as well, 4-gen bot. Kind of a 4-gen bot, Buller. We also have main 1. These are just terrible gens. Holy shit, holy bajoli. These are not good gens at all from Mo. Definitely will be looking to chase top here, and I don't know, Buller. I'm gonna make a rogue. Oh no. Okay. Prior to that blunder from Two Teacher, I would have made a rogue call there to flick back and just go bottom and chase someone in gens and just play for a basement hook, mate, and work with that. But no, he's making it work.
No, he is. Yeah, doing a little bit of a 360 there. Now taking the break on the backside of main. Continue over the chase all the way down into 12. And now we do have access to the 1 corner here. Now, Two Teacher trying to unzone himself back into the pallet over at the 1 side. He's going to be caught here at the just the short side of these lockers. And there's going to be a pick and a hook. A pain resonance, maybe? No. Look at the pain resonance RNG. So not only is our gen RNG horrid, our pain RNG is too. I mean, does he even make that mid hook? Oh my god, it's so ambitious. I can't look. I'm looking away because I don't want to know. I'm hearing things and I don't know. There we go. Okay. That was worrisome because I do think about one more wiggle and you know, old mate would have been off the hook there. But nevertheless, it will be Quinn all the way over at the 5 side. We do see Stay Narrows there just staying up in main, and we do have Nortor, who is the new addition to KaitOkids. They're just working that generator over at the bottom side. And Mo taking ground all the way over to 8. Going to go for that quick kick and probably even just play a little territorial amongst his hook. And there it is, just a quick pull there. Could be punishable, but we've gotten a free FTP. Just what you need on the side of our survivors. And as we are taking chase onto Stay Narrows here, we know what he's capable of. Definitely shows up when he's needed to. And does have access to the filler here. He's going to drop in mid and play the check spots very nicely. Win 150 life in hand is going to allow him to make 1 full loop around this mid filler here. But faking the vault there, Mo falling for it a little bit. Force for a second one there too. So we got about 150 bucks on the side of Stay Narrows, but ultimately going down just before any detrimental shenanigans were to be happening just there. But there is a pain resonance here over at 9. Do have the aura onto Quinn, unfortunately, via the eruption proc, which was the generator that we had kicked moments ago being bursted. You know, an extra 10% gone from that is going to be progressing a fair bit. We are going to be continuing on all the way down into the shack where we interrupt this generator that Nortor was working moments ago, who has ran all the way into 5 and been zoned. So what can he make of the 4 walls here? Gone for an in and out, whoopty-whoopty, but gets thrown into a whole lot of nothing. I mean, at least he's still got 2 full health states there, but he is infected, so he might want to be attending to that a little bit later on in the trial. That could prove to be detrimental if, you know, he's already in the red and, you know, spotted out of position later on. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen. We are going to be following up with another chase all the way down into 11. This is Stay Narrow straight off the hook. That's the endurance status effect coming in there. He's going to be able to make main after that hit, but Mo has some work to do here as he does take the break over at the door. He's trying to cut them off all the way down. I guess kind of stuck here at the pallet. St. Aros, what can he really make of this? I mean, does win 1 pallet vault, wins another one. Mo just kind of he's being a little bit hesitant chasing St. Aros. St. Aros is just the dominant one in this chase at the moment, has won more 50s than lost. And as we see Nortor's gen pop, that is only the first generator in the trial procking. So, I mean, look, we have 2 stages on the board, only 1 gen popped. It's anybody's game. At the moment, it was looking a little bit more in Mo's favor, but with a chase like this from Stay Naros, I mean, honestly, it's just switched back into the survivors, and we do see another generator pop, and we've been thrown into nothing. But we have nothing, and we're rotating around the long side, ultimately being caught, slammed into the rock there, and wow, oh, you know what? How about another generator, Jams? How about another generator?
I mean, bada bing, bada boom, straight to the face, as the boy would say, but 3 hooks. Does FTP have its place in this trial right now? Can we get a flick around to the next survivor world, mate? Surely it's not the Garden.
It's Garden. Stay Naros. It's Stay Naros.
That breaks the heart, Bulla, because you just could have 3-staged or 4-staged off that if it was just any other person. Although, we have to be fair, Narosa's got him to this position with his beautiful chases, of course. Bulla, the progress is cool. The progress is really, really good. I like this. He's going to make Shaq as well. Now, yeah, has it as well. We know he has life in the pocket too, very, very nicely. He doesn't even have to drop it now because of that. And because of the life, he can make it back around freely. No medallion on Big Mo. He's not going to get it down on Shaq. Oh my god, he wish he would have though. He just most definitely would have, but lucky President or I should say Bodyguard Nortor there to protect President and Narrows. Get down, Mr. President, either way. This is going to be another fresh hook. Mo's getting to a point where he's like, alright, maybe it's worth just taking my stages here. It always is worth to linger if you get a tag like this. You can pull the game back by doing what Mo's doing right now. This is called exerting, I would call it. You're trying to absorb, not absorb, but you're accepting the fact your tunnel out is too hard to catch at the minute. You'll get him later, and you're conceding for the time being to gather extra stages in the meantime to potentially 4K in the end game. That's how I would describe it, and I think Mo is doing a perfect example of that right now. Just full exerting, trying to get a way where, I don't know, Naros can be out of position, and if you haven't just looked at your screen, Bulla, like I said, I don't know. Naros is dead on the ground, baby. And you got 3 freshers on the board with that to go. If he chases Quinner in the end game right now and all gens pop, it's a good result. You cannot fault the man Mo. You cannot. Now, when you're a great player, when you're as good as Mo, when you're as good as me, you're as good as Headhunter, you go for the 4K one in this position and you send it. It's not bad gens. You got 4, you got 10. Nah, they're a bit ugly, but you got 4, 6, like mid 6, and then you got 10 mid 6 and 2. So like they're doable to pop. Like it's doable to pop, but it's also doable to hold. We do see Tutujo being very cheeky getting back on this gen. Nice little fixated play we saw. Fixated looked like an S-tier perk last night. The regression on the gen has stopped. Mo's recognized that. Advantageous chase right now would be probably anyone that you can 2-tap, which if you can 2-tap 2 teacher, and ironically right now this is beautiful for you. Guys, get that hit now. Now this is where you commit. You have to commit this, son. They spend time resetting. You know that. Commit down mid, son. You just got to get a tap here. You can always go back. You see the patience from Mo. This is why he's probably better than me at Killer. I love the patience. This gen down here, what is it? Third, not even 30. So look, he could have committed. If he gets ran, it's bad for him. But playing safe, you can't hate a Bulla. You'll never hate a man playing safe on a man. You know when he's trying to 4K one on the Wesker, you get a 4K one on the Wesker, mate, and you can actually go for it. You know, like go for it. That was an egregious swing, by the way. Smash hit. That's game changing. That is game changing. That low key means if Quinn just stealths again, they can reset Bullet for a second time. Is that scratchies on the rock? It is. Now, is this is two teacher. This could be big problem for our team Kaito, but no, we've evaded the killer. We've sent it. Two teacher is down the bottom now. This is going to be head on now. Is this Quinn? Yeah, it is Quinn. So pull up. I've predicted it again. Once again, they're going to reset 5. He's going to stealth. If Mo doesn't pick this locker right here, right now at 10, this is going to be 6 stages, unironically 7 at the very best. We're at 5 right now, 5-3.
He's looking into a whole lot of nothing, and they just got the reset for free. So unfortunate that we didn't check that locker with Quinn in it, but even if we did, I feel like we would have been getting head-on. I don't think Quinn would have allowed for a pull, but in all honesty, Mo now on the back foot here. Everybody in the trial is healthy. The gens are not great. They're okay because they can be a lot worse. I mean, he could have had to hold like 1, 6, and 9, but look, it is 3, 9, and 6, whatever. It's a little bit closer, but regardless, Quinn's going to be playing extra patient around that 9-10 tile there. We do see Nortor hopping back on that generator. W Nortor with that smash hit as well. That's not something that I'm used to, you know. We always put Nortor on the sprint first because he was on ping back when he played for Omen. But regardless, Mo is going to be taking chase here over at the 3 tile where we do see, I think it was Nortor on that generator with the Kate hat, and playing a little bit of patience game here is going to result in a quick throw into a whole lot of nothing. I was going to say tag, and I stand corrected. You know, we've thrown him all the way into corner 5, which is probably where he prefers to be anyway. You're going to be eating that M1, and does Mo continue on the chase here? Does have access to Eruption if he does choose to do so, but has to result in a quick down. And he's opted to play safe a little bit longer, but does it bite him in the ass by leaving that? I don't know. Now, Quinn is kind of caught in a position where he's had to stealth again, not choosing the locker this time, but other than that, just a corner this time around. Mo sniffing him out, knows he's here, knows his whereabouts. Now, does he check the locker this time? No, ever so close. Oh my god, don't watch back, Mo. That's something that that's something I hate, is always watching back and noticing what I could have done and can do and could have done better. I know it's a part of getting better regardless, but we've gone past the wrong locker. I mean, we know that Quinn is in this one. There it is. I told you he was not going to allow it to happen. He was not going to allow it to happen. As he does take the drop here over at 10, he is kind of caught in a position where there's no resource to his advantage, and he is going to be getting tagged momentarily. There it is, thrown into the wall this time around, and nothing to really work on here. He does have one filler pallet, and he really needs to win this 50 here, and unfortunately getting mind gamed at the long end has relinquished pallet possession, and there is a double in the background. Mo knows about it from the Eruption aura, so if we never had that, we were never going to scare those survivors off the generator, and that would have been just a match chopped up. So quite fortunate for a perk to be aiding us in that regard, as we do hook Quinn all the way over at 1 here. Nortor splitting the pressure all the way back over at 9, or is that 7? I can't remember. I think it's 9. That is a pain resonance 2 to slow down 3. So, I don't know anymore. I mean, especially if he can get his tags and get his chases quickly, I just don't see a world where it is feasible that he doesn't 4K. I mean, looking at the build is something we forgot to touch up on. He has brought Egg in. I think that's Tendril. I don't know what Tendril does, but I know Egg obviously is just the extra duration between your first bound and second bound. Regardless, Mo going to be using everything to his advantage, and you saw a couple downs because of those add-ons, but look at this. Going to be following up chase here with Nortor, throwing him into the tree there, or slamming him into the tree rather this time around. Now going to be following up all the way down into the 7 portion of the map. Again, not much to go on. The map is dry and bold as my head, some would say, but we are going to be following up all the way down into 7, where there is this pallet, but we're not going to make it, and we're going down. And I don't think those gens in the background pop, but we do have so much progress over at 3. Hold on just a second. Mo does not make this generator in time. We do manage to grab him off it. Hang on, no, we're committing it on the side of Quinn. Oh, the adrenaline in the... They're winning again.
And the stunned again as well. We need to force... Unironically, this is like the best play for Quinn here, because that forces the grab. That means 2 teacher can grab Nortor. That is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 that we spoke about in the earlier. Now, because Nortor's injured in this and going into this end game, this actually gives him the potential to get a little bit more, which, I mean, he's lasered on top of him as well. This is beautiful from Mo. This is going to get him that extra stage. We're going to get 8 from this now. Potentially even more now because we have to rotate. That's less time on the gate. So, yeah, I mean, I'll roll it back a little bit. Two teacher, Quinia got found 10, head on, bang. The play there, as funny as it is to say, you just got to last, son. You just need to last. He just didn't last. If you last, they double. They body for the fresh. Then it's just, yeah, 6-3, I think, at the very worst for Mo. At the very best, it's like, sorry, at the very best for Kaito, it's like 6-3. At the worst, it's like 8 for Mo, which is sort of what we're at now. So either way, I guess Mo's played this well if you think about those facts. But we check to see if two teacher, he's going to go down from this. Yeah, that's just impossible. And I mean, here I am talking about outs, and damn well just could be a 4K. Now, this could be a big head-on. If you're this should still be able to get out. So you just need a force pull. Bang! Bang! Beautiful. I mean, that might not have been the play low-key, because you need a last here. We do see the rotation up from the aura on the 4 side there. Now, can you last? You can. Beautiful stuff. You do need to last there. Mo getting caught on the box. Tip of it. Pause. Never mind that. We do go down to the 6th edge. Hopefully, we get the 9 buller. You know, that's the 1, 2, 3 if Quinn goes down, 4, 5, 6 from Narrows, 7 on Teacher, and the 8, 9 on the Nortor. I don't even think they're on a gate though, big muscles, so that's kind of, you know, awkward. Nortor's on a gate, 2 teachers, the ideal person to get out here. I still think it's a great result either way. Like, it doesn't really matter what the result is from the other side. They should be happy going into this. Like, should be able to get 4K0 across Ping Westgate with your eyes closed, low-key. Even with bad chases. Just need a couple times this tournament where, like, timelines have been very decently quick from the killer play, but the gen progress just flies off the roof because, I don't know, Wesker's a bit of a dull set for the killer sometimes if these things aren't going his way. But when things do go his way, right, this is what sort of happens here. 10 to 4K0. I think that's a good day out if you're a Wesker player on this balancing. I also think, before I throw it off to you, Big Muscles, how the fuck have they managed to get both people out here? What's going on here in the background?
He's been a little bit hesitant to commit to a door, and we do see two teacher all the way over at the shack there. Nortor also hopping off the gate. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's happening right now. Does he have eyes on both simultaneously? I mean, now he low-key does. It's like he has eyes all the way over at 10. It's a little bit hard to see that one over at shack, but is the gate not done all the way over at shack, or am I just like kind of losing the plot a little bit? What's the rotation here looking like on the side of the survivors? Because Mo's just kind of worried about this gate here over at 10. Hasn't really checked shack properly. Can we get a flick? Yeah, thank you. Going to be seeing Nortor just walk all the way up to 5. If we can get quick switch around to 2 teacher, he's just sitting over at this gate over at the shack. So, he hasn't worked on it. They want to wait. He has worked on it. I didn't see the 3 lights. Yeah, I thought. Okay, you know what?
What? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we got 9 for fresh last trial, either that or 10 for fresh, which means essentially, to make it easy for everyone, we need to see a 4K0, essentially. That's what we need. Other than that, it'll be a little bit too close, and that's when it starts to get nail-biting. But we do have Soloist, finally, having the proper name, of course. Need to have your name matching. That's just standard these days. I'm gonna survey the gens, just one moment. We have 1, 3, main. It's like 9. They're not the best gens. There's better gens bottom. He has... they're kind of just ugly as fuck, I have to admit, but like, I'm sure he'll be able to do something. Quinn is a great player. Yeah, good gens bot. Just play for your 4-gen bot, maybe, son. Get this pallet out. I think he'll maybe just get this out and go bottom buller for the double. I don't see why he wouldn't. You sort of just leave this. There's no reason to commit.
He just wants his tag, probably. I mean, playing very well around at Dice Show is now going to win a lot of 50s around that check spot. Ultimately getting tagged there, no light in hand. If he had light, that was problems there. But we do see in the background, I do believe, a double and a single. So We are going to, yeah, like I said, take that tag, go all the way down to the bot side. When we see this generator being worked all the way over at 8, Han Lee's pre-left it, going all the way, corner 7. Has some resources to be working with if he does get caught out, but it is Soloist here who is going to be faking the window there. Probably should have just taken it or some sort, but is going to be slammed in it, ultimately going all the way down into 10. Doesn't have a lot to be working with, but does have enough distance to make the 10 tile. Is probably just going to play the Never Greed palette as we take that vault into 11 here. We are nice and far away and all the way down top side, but the Eruption proc is going to stop that generator at the bottom side momentarily from popping. We do have access to Pain Resonance, which is even going to stack on top of that. Meanwhile, Shaq has been finished. There is Han Lee, and the comm for Pain Res has not been made, unfortunately, or we just haven't been attentive to it. Han Lee is now forced all the way down into 7, where we do see the reset over at Shaq. So that has happened. So Shaq is free for the taking. But we've caught out 2 survivors here who have just made their rotations, holding hands, just not ideal, but we've opted to chase one of them over at 5, and it is Dice Out who's been just slammed into the lockers there after losing the 50. He is now forced all the way down into Shaq, but Quinn doesn't want any of it. He wants his tunnel out as soon as possible as we take the 2-dash all the way down to where the unhook could happen. We're really trying to cut them off from making a round main or anything of the sort as we take a break onto the main pallet there. We do make all the way down to the door, and we're already in chase. Again, unfortunate stuff for our survivors. We drop the Kraken to kind of divert the pathing just a little bit. As we look up into the sky, it's all of a sudden Han Lee and Soloist still in chase. Soloist has opted to go around the front side of main here. And again, only has this window to really work with. Power back up on the side of Quinn. And there's the body coming in from Han Lee. I thought we were just going to let Soloist fend for themselves, but I have been sorely mistaken. After a quick slam into main, we don't have a lot to go on. Playing the patience game on the side of Quinn, that's going to be another quick down. Patch in the background has a generator at 75% somewhere. It's going to slow down just a little bit as we do take another Pain Resonance. So kind of barbecue stacking at the moment, not the worst thing in the world. I mean, 2 stages close to that 9-4 fresh that we're looking for, Jarms.
Yeah, I mean, he's setting himself up for a good start with, you know, this Gen 3 hasn't popped. Well, I'm not sure if 3 Gen had progress. This is 3 injured. This is not good for Nameless Kings. That's going to be another early pull. I'd say that's probably the 3rd hastily pull I've seen this trial so far. And I mean, you're really going to need one of these survivors to last. If one or both of these survivors, which we already know one of them's Han Lee, but if this other one's Soloist, this is problems. If you just chase anyone.
Time is over.
Beautiful Euro dash there. Honestly, Bula, they have no prog right now. They need to reset. Patch, is that clean break on Patch? That's clean break, I understand. It is. We do get the reset onto Daisha. We do find the reset now. Unironically, Daisha might have to take a hit just so this guy can get his clean break. That honestly might be worth it to avoid the Pain Res, but then Daisha can't get tapped, so it's just problems. It doesn't even matter anyway, because Patch is just dead. I mean, this West is a tough killer to verse sometimes. Sometimes you don't get the favorable RNG. I think I'm still struggling to figure out what the best. I think Egg Tendril is just always going to be the best. I do also think, there's a case to be made for Medallion with gloves. I do like this though. It looks like he's getting immense value right now, Quinn. He's just got great timing. That's probably the first terrible dash I've ever seen from him this match. But I mean, Soloist is death hook. There's no question about it. Nameless King will have to triple reset this for this guy's death. There's just no, you have to let him just live. Soloist gets a stun though. I believe that was smash it. Nice. Soloist is giving his team some beautiful value right now. Needs to get somewhere advantageous. Actually makes all the way to 11 now. Jigging these 2 rushes unfortunately doesn't happen, but still not a bad chase. The problem is Headhunter. HUD has not flickered at all. I'm not sure what's happened. I think maybe because the bro was looping on gens. Yeah, no reset either.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the game plan was there. Maybe everybody just kind of bundled up and just, I don't know, trying to recollect everything. But ultimately, with a tunnel out at 3 generators, when you're meant to be getting like a lot of stages out the door, like sorry, well, how much? 4 stages out the door to take it away. I just don't see it happening now. And Daishao does have a generator over at 50%. I think it is this main building generator here. I'm not too sure. It does have a little bit of proggy on it, so I mean, we've scared whoever was on it at once upon a time. So as we do take the eruption kick onto this gen via the brutal strength and then a break onto the door, again back in the middle of the section of the map to try and pressure as much as we can. Han Lee was the survivor that was momentarily working that main generator. Daisho's pre-left his as well from 8 all the way down into corner 5, the shack even, and score currently stands at, hang on a second if I do have it set up correctly, which I don't currently, it is 5 stages. So to put it in retrospect for everyone, 5 more stages for the win for our killer. They can't give 3 more stages to take this away on the side of our serves. This really relies on their chases now. It is a lot more of a harder game, especially with, you know, only 3 gens left. So it's looking heavily in favor of our killer with the tunnel out so early. As we do greed this pallet here, really trying to opt to use that window, but being zoned away from it. Quinn is playing around this very nicely. Does force the window there, though. Back vaulting it, not really the best work there from Patch, but is thrown into a whole lot of nothing, so he's able to make the pallet gym there. There's nothing here at the Ormond filler besides the window, and I don't think he makes that, and he's realized it. He's opted to die all the way to corner 2. That is the generator in the background procking there, so eruption popping on main and 8. It's going to slow their progression down a little bit. And we do see the aura. Oh no, the comm wasn't made early enough. So we know where one of the injured bros are. And that is Han Lee just sitting over at 8. Just a sitting duck at this point after we do take this hook onto Patch. Yeah, even just this eye filler here has been just destroyed. That generator rather. I mean, Quinn, does he hear them in the locker? Hold on a second. Yeah, he does, but he does get head on there. Han Lee doing God's work right now. He's now going to have to live for his life over at 8, but Quinn going back to that unhook that just happened moments ago. And hang on a second. If we're chasing Daishao, we need to get a quick 2-tap. Otherwise, if he lasts long enough, that's 2 generators done under our nose in our face. As we take the first tag there, that's just mighty unfortunate. We are running back into the gens, though, because there's no resources at the top side of the map. We are messing up the dashes a little bit on the side of Quinn. So he's going to drop this chase a little bit, play it a little bit more safe. Does opt to move the doubling survivors off of this generator and cause them to split 1-1. Again, nothing to really go on here on the top side of the map as we have power in hands. Are we going to get flicky with it? No. We've opted to play it safe and put it back in the back pocket. I'm going to take the break onto the final resource over on this side. So, oh no, wait. I honestly, if they keep this up with the pre-leaves and evading the tags and whatnot and keeping the gen pressure, I do see a world where they do make out. Whether they make the win condition or not, it's hard for me to say, honestly, Jams.
I mean, making the win condition from here would be a great 3v1. That mid-gen has so much progress, of course. You need someone to get on it. But they're playing safe because it's 3 injured, which is understandable. Daishao, baby, I love you. We need to lead this chase, of course. This gen is gonna pop Headhunter. That means something in this game, and that's an egregious hit. We do have 1 main 3 buller. That's gonna be Hanley dying to the gen in the gens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Buller. I don't know if this one's doable. The gen's high though. It's just a matter of you need to sit it. I think Patch needs to make a big dick play right now. Just sit on main. Die for it if you have to, son. Die for it. Just, you saw Backy last night in the bleed out match. He played for that gen fixated. See Patches straight on it, Buller. You love to see that. Even if he goes straight to main, pull. He just needs to sit it, Patch. Get on the gen. Get on the gen, Patch. We need you on this gen right now, buddy. He's back on it. The more time he wastes, the less doable it is, because the truth is Quinn's going all the way down 6. Daishao could probably last here. Now, what do you do here, Hunter? I'm going to throw it in your ballpark. Do you just send off main and pull? I think you have to, no?
Nah, because oh wait, does he? Like, let's do the math real quick, because if he didn't and he just popped main and then we just relied on a massive oh well, no, die shower is the fresh hook here. No, never mind. If it was die shower and the generator would have been a different story, but we wouldn't have overcommitted all the way at the bottom side for it. I don't know now. I mean, they do get the gen pop though. They do get it done because he hasn't kicked the gen over at main. Now he takes the remaining hook stages onto Daishao, and if we look carefully, if we camp Daishao out from start to finish, that will be 10 stages for fresh. That's enough to take it all home. Unfortunately, weren't able to get the down quick enough for the pain resonance to take into effect over at main, so it's made for a lot harder of an end game. What the survivors have to do now is somehow manage to get a door all the way done and then reset to go for a double pull. Double pull. Where do they reset, and will Quinn pick up on it? I know he'll be very worried about this hook here over at 10. He won't want to leave it too much unless he has eyes on someone and knows they're not resetting and knows that they're playing for the door. So we do manage to get that door open over at 10. Oh, sorry, over at 2, sorry, rather.
Sorry, Blue, to cut you off. You're exactly right. He's very worried about this 10 hook. I don't think this is the play. I think you need to roam this. I think you need to roam now. You know they're resetting. You saw the spray. I think you need to roam. I know he's scared that someone might pull, which hypothetically they could, but I think you need to stop this reset. If you don't stop this reset, they have a chance to actually do it and like tie the set, and you don't want to tie from this.
Oh, they should have 99 that reset though. He knows. Wait, he might leave now. I don't know. Oh, this is nerve-wracking.
I think Hanley's just coming into trade by himself. I don't know if this is doable. Hanley, does he get forced? That's gonna be the game over. But yeah.
Is it though? I mean, yeah. Hang on. No, yeah. He just needs to hook here, and he takes it. No, you're right. Because that's the death. That's 10 stages. Only 2 out the door. That is KaitOkids taking it away 2-0. The underdogs. Even in my books, when you asked me, you know, what's your prediction on this, Hunter, mate? And I was just like, mate, you know what? I think Nameless King got it. And I stand corrected once again for like the 5th time this night. So maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't be giving my piece. But we're taking the final chase here onto Patch, who is just kind of zoned into the one section of the map here. Doesn't have a whole lot to go on. Yeah, the main window, once that's vaulted, no Blythe in hand, doesn't have access to the hatch on this side of the map, but he doesn't even have access to a door. You know, the only door that he's got is 2, and all Quinn really has to do is hold the mid side of the map, as he's doing very nicely over at the corner. He can monkey chase this just a little bit, but it will rely on whether he can convert on this down or not. And pulls up power for the one time, hits the one dash, and then just zones for the second. No, he does manage to get it. So playing a little bit of the aggressive game there rather than playing for just the zone mechanic. Nevertheless, as I say that will be patched out of the game for 11 stages, in contrast to what Mo had done last game, 9 stages. Yeah, that's the second one.